Hi, this is the presentation for the Process Improvement Project. This project focuses specifically on keeping up with current technology, making sure that management hires the best candidates for the job to make sure that technology stays current. Also, it's important to make sure that all staff is necessarily trained on all changes that will take place when it comes to technology or improvements with technology. Of course, software is something that's really important because that will be the component that accommodates our goals and aligns with our timeline. As far as stakeholders, when it comes to communication, the project management team must make sure that they identify all points of interest and importance to stakeholders. The main source of communication and the chosen model is the Porter's 5 Forces Models component. This component focuses primarily on bargaining power of suppliers, threats of new entrants, threats of substitutes, and bargaining power of buyers. It's also important to make note that external communication is also important here because we want to make sure that we propagate plans to the stakeholders of anything that we have as far as an action plan regarding our project. The solution to any issues that may arise. Specifically, we need to make sure that any information that we provide is concise and direct. One of the main focuses here is to make sure that we maintain a high morale for all staff. It is important to make sure that the morale is high because that also encourages motivation. Motivation is a great parallel to what our goal is, which is to successfully complete this project. Also, any collaboration between management and line level employees will be nothing short of beneficial. Collaboration fosters trust, and it also allows everyone to be heard on both sides. Any communication that is passed down from management to staff is important, especially throughout the process of this project, because all changes that happen, we need to make sure that we communicate that to staff so we can set proper expectation. It is important with any business and with any plan that you have that there is a timeline that's set and projected and followed through. Without any time projection, any efforts that management uses and puts towards this project as far as hours, time, research will be futile. So it is important to make sure that we set a realistic time frame. As project leader, I propose a time frame of 1 year, which I think is sufficient. This would allow for any changes to occur and any training that needs to be administered to happen throughout this time. This also covers any possible change in employee retainment and to keep a very low turnover rate. That is the goal. Of course, the goal is to maximize productivity and to make sure that during this time frame of 1 year that is projected, that all plans follow through. All communication will start in the beginning of the implementation of this project. This is to make sure that everyone is aware of the expectation, how long it'll take to implement everything, and what is to be expected within the next year as we process through these next stages. Training, of course, will be administered to all employees. This is to make sure that everyone is on the up and up of all changes that will occur during this 1-year period and all updates that will occur within technology areas and also policy. So within this next year, we do hope to keep turnover as low as possible. And as mentioned, this will be a direct parallel to making sure that the morale is high within all of the staff. The communication plan here is to make sure that we utilize verbal and nonverbal communication. We want to make sure we have conferences, video conferences, meetings face-to-face. We also want to make sure that we advertise. So with nonverbal communication, we want to make sure that we are reaching out and communicating. And by doing this, we maximize our resources. Good communication, of course, is a pivotal point, and it is very important for any business that wants to carry out a business plan successfully. It's very important that any update, any communication, any changes, or anything that may affect the business as a whole is communicated with honesty and assertiveness. So any communication that comes from management will go directly to staff. The moment we are aware of any change or we make a decision, we want to be able to communicate that to you. In conclusion, it's important that all communication is handled on all sides, whether internal or external. All technology will be up to date to make sure that this plan is carried out successfully and this project sees a great success in the end. External communication will definitely be included and relayed to the staff and stakeholders. Providing specific details of the project will be the solutions to the problem, making sure that we are thorough, we are honest, and we provide the most accurate information to everyone, so everyone will be able to carry out their specific tasks successfully. Effective communication will certainly result in high morale. It's always good to make sure that everyone is in the know so they'll know exactly where to go. Setting the time frame. Of course, 1 year is a short time to some, but it is enough time for us to get the job done. With proper planning, effective communication, and also proper implementation, everything should run smoothly, and we should be able to complete this project successfully within the next year. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate your time.